Hi mga cutie, good evening!
Hi everyone! Welcome sa daldalang walang curfew!
Usapang di nalalockdown, this is QuaranTALK.
Hi Jules, it's another Wednesday.
Yes, good evening. Good evening po sa lahat ng mga nanonood. And this is a very special day kasi we will be talking about volunteerism. Malapit to sa puso namin ni Aya, pati sa circle of friends namin. Kaya naman, sana po sumama kayo sa usapan natin ngayong gabi.
Yes, pero bago tayo pumunta dyan, bibigyan ulit namin kayo ng update sa ating COVID-19 tally dito sa Pilipinas. Jules, what's the numbers?
Right, hindi yan yun. Okay.
Ang ipa-flash ni Jules po ay the data as of 4 p.m. June 10.
Okay, so wait lang guys kasi naninibago pa tayo sa sa bago.
Nagpalit po kami ng platform para maka-accommodate ng mas maraming guests on air. Ayan.
So,
sige. I can read.
We're experimenting lang din kung kamusta. Ito na. Okay. Gilid muna tayo. Gilid. Okay. So every day, di ba, naglalabas pa rin ang DOH ng mga data nila about COVID. So for today, ito po. Yay! Okay.
Yes, hello.
Yes. So for June 10, 2020, okay, ang total cases po natin ay 23,732. At ang total deaths naman, death toll natin ay 1,027 at ang recoveries naman patuloy siyang tumataas to 4,895. Ayan, so gaya na sinabi ko nung Monday, Aya, ang UP naglabas sila ng study last May na kapag inalis daw ang ECQ, aabot tayo ng 25,000 by June 15. At yan, mukhang aabot nga tayo, baka earlier pa ng June 15.
Okay. Sana hindi, pero mukhang ganyan ang trend. Tingnan natin yan. Pero ang data po reported today, there were 740 new cases, confirmed cases reported today. 10 deaths have been confirmed and 159 more patients have recovered as reported today. So, ayun, sana matapos na, sana lahat sila mag-recover, pero it looks like we have a long way to go. Hintayin din po natin ang desisyon ng IATF kung anong mangyayari sa bagong quarantine protocol. Higpit ba, luluwag, or as is lang sa modified GCQ dito sa NCR. So, hintayin din po natin yan. On to other news. Actress Anita has passed away at age 95. Her daughter Francesca confirmed that, and she said her mother succumbed to heart failure after days of labored breathing. That's according to the article published on ABS-CBN News.com. Also, Anita Linda started acting in the 1940s. Ilan po sa mga pelikula niya ay Sawa sa Lumang Simboryo, Sisa, Sister Stella L, Lola, Adlas at Circa, among over 300 films. Ayan.
Wow, 300 films. Actually, ang FDCP nagbigay ng tribute sa kanya, if I'm not mistaken, this year or late last year, para nga sa legacy niya sa Philippine cinema. Imagine, during the 40s, artista na siya. So talagang ang dami niya ng generations na pinagdaanan.
Yes. Okay. Ayan. So next on our update for tonight ay isa sa mga medyo trending topic, pero napag-uusapan na rin yan in the past couple of weeks, even months. And totoo ba ito o hindi, Jules?
Well, yan ang aalamin natin ngayon kasi talaga nag-trending siya since yesterday. I'll try to pull up visual para makita niyo kung ano yung pinag-uusapan namin. Pero ito po siya. Okay, so lumabas po yan sa, let's just bigay lang natin kung kanino galing to. Galing to sa Tribune. Tribune, no? Tama pa pagkabasa ko. Okay, so shutdown ng mga high-end entertainment clubs. So from a report from Esquire magazine, itong Jollieville Holdings Corporation nag-issue na raw ng statement tungkol sa closure ng mga bars and mga clubs na hawak nila. Dinisclose nila to sa Philippine Stock Exchange nitong Miyerkules at sinabi ng employees nila ay nakatanggap na ng separation pay from Jolly Ting, the chairman and chief executive ng Jollyville Holdings Corporation. So ito po ay balita na nag-trend kasi sa iba't ibang mga bagay. Okay? Unang-una, this isn't recognized industry, 'di ba? So kung iisipin mo sa isang banda yung welfare din ng mga employees dito, ano yung magiging trabaho nila. So, syempre may iba rin mga perspective, ibang mga tao. Siguro, I guess, alam niyo na kung anong sinasabi ko. Pero, ang siguro very important point na kailangan dito ma-zero in is papaano yung employment nitong mga parte ng mga clubs na to.
Yes. Yung original news po na tungkol sa closure supposedly ng Pegasus, Heartbeat, Air Force One, etc. ay na-publish sa Manila Standard. Pero as Jules said, Jollyville Holdings Corporation has denied that report in its Wednesday statement to the Philippine Stock Exchange. And that statement and that update has been published on Esquire magazine and also on PhilStar if you want to read more about that.
Okay. Ayan. So, again, every show, we're trying to show several trending topics here. But now, Aya, it's about time na pag-usapan na natin itong QuaranTHINKING. And we are talking about volunteerism in a time of pandemic. Alam mo, Aya, since nag-start itong lockdowns dito sa Pilipinas, nakakatuwang isipin na kahit na limited ang galaw ng mga tao, sobrang daming mga grupo ang nagsulputan na gusto tumulong. Imagine, di ba, coming from their homes or they're trying to risk their health para makalabas at makatulong.
Yes. Bukod dyan, no, di ba, every episode, pinapakita rin natin dito sa QuaranTALK ang iba't ibang mga ambag ng mga tao in response to this pandemic. Yung iba dyan, fundraising drives, donation drives, at yung iba, physically, pumupunta talaga sila sa mga community, repacking the relief goods, etc. to really just volunteer and share their time and resources. Pero before, during, and after the pandemic, naniniwala ko nandiyan pa rin ang volunteerism. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Ano ba ang nagmo-motivate sa atin para mag-volunteer? And most of these, if not all, are really pro bono work. And some volunteers are just receiving allowances, for example. But really, what drives them to share selflessly their time and resources and even energy in this sector? So, Jules, let's welcome our night.
Right.
Let's welcome our guest for tonight. Yes.
Yes, so masaya tayo na gamit natin itong platform na to kasi sa wakas marami na tayong mga guests na pwede makasama. So malalapit din sila sa puso natin, Aya, dahil colleagues natin sila and friends natin sila from the 2030 Youth First in the Philippines. Again, the 2030 Youth First in the Philippines is a youth NGO based here in the Philippines and we are advocating for the SDGs. Okay?
Yes.
So ilan lamang sila sa mga leader advocates sa mga kasama natin. Unang-una, by seniority natin sila ipasok. Ipasok muna natin si Arthur Holt. Hi, Arthur!
Hi, magandang gabi.
Okay, sige. Ito ng short intro. Arthur Kent Holt is a Filipino. Hindi po siya dual citizen. But
No.
May hugot nila.
yes, he is a Filipino at kaya po niya i-reset ang paratang makabayan. But, okay, he is former Internal Affairs Director of the 2030 Youth Force and now board member. Kasama rin po natin tonight ang current National Director. Hindi. Marami po kasi tayo kasama tonight. Tonight, makakasama naman natin ang former Deputy Director of our Finance and Management Committee, now with the National Volunteers Coalition. Tama ba, Sarah? And also, World Vision Philippines, we have with us Sarah Jane Fabito.
Hi!
And next, Jules, who do we have? Okay, our next guest tonight is the current National Director for Membership and Governance. So siya po ang nag-manage ng mga volunteers for the 2030 Youth Force. We have Kirsten Kalimag. And lastly,
Hello.
we have an NCR coordinator handling the volunteers from NCR. We have Rans Calderon. Ayan. So, kompleto na ang ating friends tonight.
Right. Good evening, guys. Maraming salamat sa pag-accept sa aming invitasyon. Alam naman namin game kayo lagi anytime. So maraming salamat. Yan yung call of duty. Maraming salamat. Okay. So simulan natin kasi syempre lahat tayo, yun nga, limited ang galaw, maraming dito sa atin makalabas. Ano ang pinagkakaabalahan nyo for the past 2 to 3 months? Simulan natin kay Arthur.
Work from home. Basically, work from home. So, our company decided na even though ngayon, GCP pa rin, almost 90% of our manpower ay work from home pa rin. So, I helped the company in complying with permits while at the same time, getting myself updated kung ano na yung mga efforts na ginagawa ng NGO natin during the pandemic.
Okay. Kay ano naman? Kay Sarah tayo.
Anong question, Jules? Sorry, wala yung sound.
So Sarah, anong pinagkakaabalahan mo for the past 2 to 3 months?
Okay.
Totoo, Sarah.
Right now, same with Arthur, na work from home din kami sa World Vision. So right now, meron akong ina-organize na event. It's a virtual event. So later, we can promote it bago matapos yung show. Tapos, I also do volunteer work sa Youth Force, sa SDG Tambayan. Yes, Rans. SDG Tambayan. And, nagre-repack din. Nagpa-participate ako sa mga repacking ng mga vegetables sa office. So, currently, yun yung mga ginagawa ko.
Okay.
Yes, and yung mga vegetables na yan ay para sa relief efforts ng World Vision,
Yes.
correct?
Yes. So, we have 3 communities, Malabon, Manila, and Quezon City.
Okay. So ano yun? Parang daily nyo sila dinadalhan or may schedule kayo per week?
Actually, weekly dumadating yung vegetables parang every Tuesday. So, may partner kami, Shell Foundation. So, sila yung nagdo-donate ng mga vegetables. Fresh yun. So, dumadating siya sa office ng mga afternoon. Tapos, nire-repack namin siya hanggang gabi. Para kinabukasan na madaling araw yung pag-distribute sa mga communities.
Okay. Thank you. Next naman, Kirsten. Kamusta?
Hello, hi. So yun, Ate Ea and Kuya Arthur work from home. Tapos, so for volunteer works naman, yun, with Youth Force, may mga initiatives kaming ginagawa and nililid. And then, for my own personal initiative, nag-launch kami last April nung biyahe ni Juan, wherein we reach out to all the families of tricycle drivers and jeepney drivers na affected yung business nila or yung kabuhayan nila sa COVID. And so far, we have reached out to over 300 families from NCR and Region 4A or Calabarzon alone. And right now, patuloy pa rin na ongoing yung operations nung biyahe ni Juan initiative namin.
Okay, thanks, Kirsten. Lastly, Rans. Ikaw, kamusta?
Ako sabi nga ni Sarah, we're producing SDG Online Tambayan sa 2030 Youth Force. I'm hosting it and also doing the research kung ano yung mga pinag-uusapan. And kanina lang, we met, kasi although I'm the NCR coordinator ng 2030 Youth Force, I'm from Laguna. So kanina, we met with other Laguna youth leaders. And we're brewing something for the Laguna youth while in this pandemic and moving forward. So, yun yung mga ginagawa ko rito.
All right. So before we proceed with the meat of our discussion, let me ask first, how did you get started with volunteering? Did you also start at maybe age 6, age 8? When did you start volunteering?
Ay, hugot to.
No, I
Grabe
will
bad.
O ano, sino sasagot? Yung pinakabata muna. Sino yung pinakabata sa inyo?
Arthur.
First time.
Si Kuya Arthur.
First din.
First time
Ano
wala,
eh.
first time.
Hindi ako 8 years old nag-start. Mga 18 pa din ba yun?
Okay lang naman.
Ayun, nag-start ako sa home org ko nung college sa Biology Society. Nagsa-staff lang ako, media staff, photographer actually nung org namin. Tapos doon na rin ako nag-start na makita yung self ko na nasa line of publicity work. And then, siguro ang pinaka nag-push sa akin sa volunteerism is yung pagiging staff ko sa UST-SOCC. Kasi yung experience ko sa kanila as volunteer, talagang inclusive talaga sila sa lahat ng staff nila. Ganun.
Alright. Ran, ikaw, kailan ka nag-start mag-volunteer?
Ako mga 13 ako noon, first year high school. I started sa isang religious organization. So nag-youth camp and then natap as a leader here in Laguna. And then eventually I went to different places. So mga 10 years ako nag-serve sa youth org na yon. Tapos pupunta-punta kami sa iba't ibang lugar sa Pilipinas para magbigay ng mga talks, leadership talks, etc. And then after that, yun yung start kasi although hindi kami nako-compensate, lagi kaming pupunta sa iba't ibang lugar. So I began loving that kind of feeling of doing things, of speaking into other youth, to other people, yan, mga ganun.
So huli talaga si Sarah, no? Kasi siya yung pinakamatanda.
Oo.
Anyway, I think well, there was a time na active ako sa church namin back in Batangas. And noon uso na talaga yung mga outreach and feeding program. Siguro around grade 6 or grade 5, and dinadala na ako ng brother ko who also became an active member of our church in Batangas. And then siguro isa rin sa maaga kong volunteer experience was campaign season. I previously campaigned for a presidential candidate, and doon ko naranasan yung volunteer talaga, as in you won't be expecting any incentive, or at least meron kang nararamdaman na fulfillment kasi nasi-share mo yung vision ng candidate na dinadala mo. I think that would be the farthest memory I could recall when I started volunteering.
Ate Sarah, ikaw?
Hindi totoo yan, si Arthur talaga. Okay, nag-start ako mag-volunteer. Actually, ngayon ko lang din na-realize na parang half of my life na nag-volunteer ako kasi nag-start ako ng, I think, 14, mga ganon. 13, 14, same with Rans. Nag-start din sa church. Same with Arthur, taga Batangas din ako. So, I started as assistant Sunday school teacher pa lang noon. So, yung mga bata sa simbahan. Tuturo ng mga Bible stories, ganyan. And then eventually, naging Sunday school teacher hanggang college. And then nung college, na-involved sa, kung aware kayo, merong volunteer arm ang UP. Ang tawag dito is pahinungod.
Yes,
So,
yes.
pahinungod is means oblation. So, yun. Nag-volunteer ako as facilitator ng NSTP sa LTS, yung mga ganon. So, nagtuturo ng mga nag-LTS1. And then, yung pahinungod is pumupunta din sila sa mga communities. Pero hindi ako nagkaroon ng ganong experience na mag-immerse talaga. After that, after graduation, syempre medyo nag-focus muna sa career, pero eventually bumalik din sa volunteer work through different organizations like Youth Force, and then nag-organize kami ng isang org, which is National Youth Volunteers Coalition in 2018. So ito yung nagsimula siya sa isang camp na inorganize ng National Youth Commission, and then after the camp, naggawa kami ng isang org kung saan members lahat ng mga volunteers from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao.
Yeah. Yun yung maganda dun. Sorry. Yun yung maganda dun sa sinabi ni Sarah kasi yung sa latest, yung org na ginawa nila recently, parang output siya ng isang event. Yun yung
Yes.
yun yung challenge actually sa mga students or sa mga youth na pupunta sa mga conferences, kasi it's really exciting to go to conferences. Maganda yan sa CV ninyo and everything, pero kung masastuck lang din doon at wala kayong gagawin doon sa pinag-aralan nyo o natutunan nyo sa conference na yun or hindi nyo siya isi-share, sayang yun. So maganda na gumagawa kayo ng isang output para merong mas mamobilize na maraming tao.
Right. And that's what you did also, Jules, diba? When you started the 2013,
Yes.
came from a workshop in Bangkok. But how about you? When did you start volunteering? Because you've started a lot of organizations already.
I think yung influence ng parents ko, kasi active sila sa Couples for Christ before. So nag-Kids for Christ ako, tapos nag-Youth for Christ ako. Doon din ako na tuto na maging competitive, na seek for excellence, pero at the same time na may values, alam mo yun, yung parang nababalanse may mga bagay-bagay na hindi lang dapat puro compete ka ng compete kasi gusto mo maging magaling. Dapat nababalanse mo for what, 'di ba? Para saan yung ano yung drive mo. Which brings us, Aya, to asking you first before we go to the next question. Kailan ka nag-start na mag-volunteer?
Actually, hindi ko maalala. Pero, okay, siguro ng grade 1 ako. No. So, 6 years old ako.
6, okay.
No, kasi
May tumalo sa 8.
I started first grade. So that's when I started. No, kasi I remember I started feeling very uncomfortable when someone is asking a group for like a paper or a question and no one is responding. So for example, in school, pag may tinatanong yung teacher tapos walang sumasagot, nape-pressure ako, kailangan ako yung sumagot kasi walang sumasagot sa class. So ganon ako nag-start. So pag may paper yung teacher na sino gusto magsalat sa board or sino gusto magbasa sa class ng mga stories, ako yung nag-volunteer. Kasi kapag silent...
Bit-bit mo yung klase mo.
Ha?
Bit-bit mo yung mga klase mo. Bigat ba?
Like, I really feel uncomfortable kapag walang sumasagot doon sa nagtatanong or sa humihingi ng favor. So that's when I started. And I think ganun na rin ako nag-guide throughout my, when I was growing up. So, ayun. So, that's where I started. And then, church also, hanggang sa different organizations na sa school. Yeah.
Right.
And then, now, after that, sa work, actually, everywhere I go, ang daming chances to volunteer even in your offices, di ba? May chances to volunteer. So, it's just about really stepping up when something is needed to be done.
Okay. That brings us to our next question. Okay. This is the meat of this discussion actually. What is or are your motivations to volunteer? Siyempre, we all have our own reasons. Ako, ang sinasabi ko sa inyo, Aya, Arthur, before, di ba, meron tayong sarili-sariling mga interest, may mga sarili-sarili tayong mga agenda, okay lang yan. Kasi siyempre, ang pagsali natin sa mga organizations, part yan ng growth natin. Hindi naman tayo pinanganak na altruistic agad na gusto natin maging bayani. Hindi naman ganun yun eh. We all have our own biases and interests, and that's fine. Pero, siyempre, later on, mas napapalalim natin yung purpose natin. Nakikitaan natin na parang ayokong pumasok lang sa work or pumasok lang sa school at yun lang. So ano yung narrative nyo? Ano yung motivation nyo? Kaya kayo tuloy-tuloy na nagvo-volunteer? Pinakabata naman, si Rans.
Nag-iiba yung
Ako,
edad ng mga
ang hirap eh. Ako
Pwede ba
nung
mag-isip
una,
muna, ganun?
ako nung una, ang motivation ko kasi andun yung mga kaibigan ko. Yun yung initial motivation natin eh. Siyempre, bata pa, high school, tapos andun yung mga friends mo, ayaw mo ma-left out sa mga kwentuhan. Yan. And then eventually, naging malalim siya na sana when I give talk before, tapos may lalapit sa akin na, Kuya Rans, salamat kasi parang na-inspire ako. Kwento ko din yan. Ganon. So, eventually lumalim siya na motivation ko sana may isang tao na katulad ng kwento mo na baka ma-inspire sa mga kwento na sineshare mo sa kanila. And then, after that, yung recently lang, last year, na nakita ko yung need na kailangan may mga taong gumawa. Kasi at our age, hindi na siya parang hindi na ikaw yung hindi na ikaw yung teenager, hindi na ikaw yung binibaby. Dapat ikaw na yung nag-step up on doing something and to create something sa society natin. So yun yung motivation ko, yung mga tao na nakakasalamuha, yung mga taong hindi nagagawa yung mga gusto na ginagawa natin, pero may drive sila on doing it. Lagi kong dala-dala yung inspiration on pag pumupunta ka sa iba't ibang lugar, hindi lang sila yung nai-inspire mo. Kasi at some point, nai-inspire ka rin nila. May lesson learn na nababago sa'yo, may lessons na mga nakukuha ka sa kanila. Ganun.
Okay. Kristen?
Hello. Okay na ba?
Okay, ito na.
Motivates you to volunteer?
Siguro the first reason why ako nag-volunteer kasi gusto ko yung feeling na nakakatulong ako sa ibang tao na nakaka-resolve ng mga concerns or issues nila, may it be in life, sa org, or sa social life. Yun yung primary reason ko why I started volunteering. Pero yun, since nag-progress na ako towards national organizations, na doon ako nag-volunteer, which is Youth Force, ang naging reason ko na for helping is because I want to leave an impact dun sa mga taong natutulungan ko. So, sa case ng Youth Force, ang main proponents natin is yung Filipino youth. So, for me, sila yung main motivation ko as to why I'm doing what I'm doing, and sila yung main why ko kung bakit ako nagstay sa org. Yun, hindi po ako iyak. On air.
Ready na yung tissue ko dito
Sino mas bata sa inyo, Arthur?
Mas bata ako.
Okay.
Mas bata si Ate Sara.
Hindi na naka-MX ka. Okay. So, actually, Jules, ngayon ko lang na-realize na pwede palang nagbabago din talaga yun, yung naging reasons mo. Kasi parang, in the beginning, parang siguro ang babaw, and then eventually, lumalalim na yung nagiging dahilan mo, and nagda-drive sa'yo to volunteer. So, right now, siguro, if you will ask me, or you already asked me, tinayin niyo ako, siguro 3 bagay. Una, yung pag-volunteer kasi parang it's our opportunity to give back. So, yung parang narinig kong talk is before na siguro we should stop asking what can we get, but what can we give. So, ang maganda rin kasi sa pag-volunteer, kahit sino pwede, regardless of your background. Actually, I came from a poor family. So, parang, di ba, kahit anong social status mo, as long as you have the heart to help, pwede kang mag-participate, pwede kang mag-volunteer. Pangalawa, it's a transformative experience. I'm sure lahat tayo na feel natin yon na somehow may nag-change sa atin, may nag-change sa perspective natin, sa beliefs din natin, di ba? And iba parang it makes you feel human. Actually, yun naman yung goal natin, di ba? Magpakatao talaga. And volunteering makes you feel human. Makes you feel to be a part of the community, to be a citizen. And that's what we want, to build a community, to build a participatory community, especially in this time. In this time of pandemic, di ba? And lastly, siguro, yung sinabi ni Rance, na yung sabi niya na na-inspire siya sa energy ng mga friends niya. Yun na-motivate tayo when we see people helping others, diba? Parang naisip natin, na-realize natin, parang gusto ko rin. So, parang nakaka-motivate din yung mga tao na nakikita mo na nag-exert ng effort, nagbibigay ng time nila, and nagbibigay ng mga resources nila, whether it's inconvenient na sa kanila. So, yeah, yun yung mga motivations ko to volunteer.
Alright. And Arthur.
Okay, for me, can you actually I'm mulling over the reason niya kung kung bakit gusto ko mag-volunteer. And totoo yung sinabi ni Sarah na it changes, it evolves. Depende na rin sa age mo rin siguro, sa level of maturity mo, and dun sa level of commitment na gusto mong ibigay. But I think one thing is clear. Every time na I find myself choosing to volunteer, especially ngayong mga medyo matanda na, it's the vision. Kung gaano ka-clear yung vision or yung parang roadmap na gustong tahakin nung organization or ng team na yon, it pulls me to have a stake in that initiative. Parang para din sa pagsali sa 2030 Youth Force. I mean, it started with a vision, and also aside from the vision, a clear problem. So medyo ano siya pakinggan negative, pero when you have a clear vision and you have a clear problem, it makes you have a clearer perspective kung ano yung magandang gawin. And ako kasi as an engineer, sometimes I wanted to calculate things, and a clear vision and a clear problem makes you weigh in the risks of doing the volunteer work. So when you see it na malinaw yung mission, malinaw yung pinaglalaban nung organization na to, then I think it's worth taking the chance. And of course, nandiyan din yung time, pag may time ka, pag meron ka ring resources to pour in doon sa volunteer work. But I think the biggest chunk that made me volunteer in a lot of organizations that I've been into is yung pag may clear vision and may clear problem. Yun.
Okay, ikaw, Ea, quickly.
All right. What motivates me to volunteer? A lot of reasons really. It changes, but primarily it's about touching people's lives to me. Whether it's solving other people's problems, whether it's meeting new people, and just really working with them. But also aside from touching people's lives, I just really want to connect with more people, because in connecting with more people, I also get to know more about myself. I get to explore the skills and the potentials that I have, which is also important to me. I think we're all here for a reason in this planet. So it's up to us to explore the things that we can do whenever we can, and when circumstances allow us to explore these potentials. And so whenever there's a volunteer opportunity, I volunteer and see what I can do, what I can learn, and the things that I can improve on. And through knowledge exchange and experience exchange, that fuels me also as a person. And I find it fulfilling when I get to see and connect with different people as I go on with any volunteer work that I do. Aside from also solving problems or contributing to any solution, as what Arthur mentioned. So, maraming aspeto yung volunteering that kind of fuels me also. And I think all our reasons are equally important. So, Jules, I will throw the ball at you and
Yeah.
ask you what motivates you, and also ask you, after hearing all the reasons and the whys of us here in this session, I want to ask you, what do you make of it? Yeah. So, do you see any patterns, or maybe your takeaway from all these motivations?
Right. Thank you guys for sharing your motivations. Nakakatawa, no? Kahit na more than 3 years na tayo magkakakilala, parang nakaka-refresh na marinig uli yung mga whys ninyo. Yun, it's always we go back to our whys, di ba? Kapag minsan nalilito tayo when we're towards an event or a campaign, tas parang jaded na iba sa atin, parang bumabalik tayo sa tanong, bakit nga ba natin ginagawa to? Ang lagi ko naririnig from the volunteers na nakakatrabaho dati, kasi masaya sila, kasi fulfilling, kasi nakaka-distress, nawawala yung routine, 'di ba? Kapag puro routine, at least merong refreshing na ginagawa, nahanapan nila ng purpose. Pero lahat ng sinabi nyo, actually, may gusto akong i-share sa inyo na very important, parang concept siya na nakuha ko sa MA ko, sa Voluntary Sector Management sa Public Administration. Ito yung tinatawag nila na volunteer functions inventory. So parang nagkaroon ng list kung ano yung mga motivations ng mga iba't ibang volunteers. So ito ay 6. Yung una, values. Okay? Ano ba yung mga values? So pwedeng nagmo-motivate sa'yo, ito yung need to act in an altruistic way and to help others. Kasi parang, alam mo may urge ka na gusto ko tumulong, gusto ko ng purpose. Parang gusto ko tumulong kahit walang kapalit. Sunod naman, understanding. Sabi nila, it's the need to be with friends or engage in an activity that others consider important. So to parang may sense of belongingness ka. Alam mo yun, yung parang hindi lang pala ako nag-iisa dito sa laban na to. Marami pala kaming like-minded people and we share the same advocacy. Next. Medyo similar din siya dito, social din. Kasi di ba ito yung networking naman, yung collaboration sa SDGs, di ba SDG 17. Nakakapag-network tayo ng iba't ibang mga tao, nakakapag-partner tayo sa iba't ibang organizations na may similar advocacies, and mas nagiging impactful yung mga pinaglalaban natin. Pang-apat, career. Di ba ito yung sinabi natin kanina.
Alright, so Jules, I hope you will be back, but yes, Jules Guiang po is taking his master's degree on volunteer sector management in the University of the Philippines, Diliman. And this is, I'm just glad that he started sharing. I didn't know he would actually share some of the lessons he learned from his classes. And just to give you guys a background, this show all Jules took his master's degree because of his NGOs that he founded, and that also started with him volunteering from his earlier years. And yes, I hope our friends can join us to go through our discussion. But as of right now, I don't have the control on our virtual studio, just so you guys know. But yes, we will keep the show running while we're waiting for them. And again, for those who have just tuned in, we are joined tonight by some of our friends from the volunteer sector here in the Philippines. We have Sarah Fabito from World Vision Philippines and from National Youth Volunteers Coalition. We also have Arthur Kent Hall, who is also now a board member of the 2030 Youth Force in the Philippines. Also, Kirsten Kalimak, the National Director for Membership and Governance, and Rance Calderon, the NCR Coordinator for the 2030 Youth Force in the Philippines. Also, tonight, for this discussion on volunteering amidst the pandemic, we are trying to find out why are people volunteering. Bakit tayo nag-share ng ating mga resources while especially in these trying times, and we see a lot of great leads. And let me just share. In 2016, together with my friend Frances Damaso, shout out to Frances if you're listening. We started Pinoy Catalyst. It is a website. It was designed to be a one-stop hub for all for all volunteering opportunities and the development. Yes, and everything for the development sector. Welcome back, guys. But I will just continue. Yes, we started Pinoy Catalyst, and that's where we feature all the yung mga ambag na pinag-uusapan natin. We started featuring initiatives for the development sector, And just to share, bilang nasa sharing point tayo ngayon, before I turn over to Jules, that's also how I stumbled upon the volunteering opportunity that is 2030 Youth Force in the Philippines, because I wanted to feature, Francis informed me that there's this NCPAG UP person who came back from a UN workshop, and he's starting a volunteer organization. And I wanted to feature him, so I stalked the person, and that person was Jules Guiang. And the rest is history. So, yun, doon nag-converge yung mga passion and skills and the opportunity. So, it's just fascinating how volunteering for one initiative would lead you to another, and we'll create more volunteers like you guys. We've created this platform and now we're all together, and you have started your own initiatives also. So now I will turn it back to you, Jules, to continue sharing and
Okay.
explain saan ka nagpunta. Joke lang.
So, we're trying to parang put sense dun sa mga motivations natin. Kasi merong mga concepts from the academe kung paano nila ine-explain. So, yung isang motivation nga is for career. Diba? Tayo, may sarili-sarili tayong mga trabaho na ngayon, and gusto natin ma-amplify pa yung mga skills natin by volunteering. Kasi parang makikita pa natin, kaya ko rin pala gawin to, pwede rin pala ako tumulong. Sunod naman, ito, yung protective daw na value, kasi you need to reduce the feelings of guilt over being more fortunate than others. Kaya 'di ba, marami tayong nakikita ng mga humanitarian na causes, kunwari sa mga artista, 'di ba, ngayong pandemic, ang dami mga artista, ang dami ng ginagawang mga initiatives kasi capable sila, 'di ba, financially. Marami ding mga rich people basically, 'di ba, nagtutulong-tulong sila, and they give out money, they give out food, diba, this pandemic, which is fun kasi ito yung isang value na protective daw pala. And lastly, enhancement, diba, yung need for personal growth and development. And I guess lahat naman tayo in some way or another nakaka-relate dito sa mga anim na volunteer functions inventory. So ito yung inventory daw ng mga values. So yun, iba-iba yung pinanghuhugutan natin, pero at the end of the day, 'di ba, we all align. It's a choice, 'di ba? Parang pagpasok mo sa organization, nag-decide ka na siguro ka-jive nito yung mga principles ko at principles sa organization. Pwedeng along the way, parang nagkakabanggaan, nag-iiba, pero that's the beauty of growth, 'di ba? Yung growth ng organization na hindi naman nung pumasok ka, yun na siya, 'di ba? Ano yan parang may development na nangyari, at maganda na merong mga ganong klaseng discussions, may mga arguments na mga ganun, kasi ibig sabihin nagde-develop yung organization.
Yes, and personally, isa yun sa mga fulfilling part of volunteering, when you're part of that growth and when you're part of that development of a certain cause or even an organization. But we have to acknowledge that volunteering is not all peaches and roses and rainbows. It's not always a good time, when you volunteer. When you're part of development, when you're part of change, there's some labor pains. But maybe we can hear from you guys, ano yung mga challenges na na-encounter nyo? And maybe tell us what demotivates you. Let's start with Arthur naman. What demotivates you from volunteering? What stops you?
Maraming taon na ang pinagsamahan natin, and you have experiences on the things that demotivate me, or siguro things that sometimes get me out of the road, of the path that we're taking. Pero siguro one of the greatest challenges I had is to balance other equally important commitments. You have your family, of course. You still have your work. You still have your personal life, and of course your yung self development mo, yung pag-alaga mo sa sarili mo. So there was a time na I had to choose my family during some of the weekends, or most of the weekends, and that basically removed my time for volunteer work. And yun lang yung medyo mahirap, kasi sometimes you wanted to do volunteer work, pero at the same time, you have equally important commitments to attend to na deep inside yourself, alam mo na, ito dapat yung mauna. And of course, yung resources din. When your resources deplete, financial, physical, emotional, mental, talagang gusto mo lang muna mag-shutdown, gusto mo mag-back off. But after a sound rest, parang at introspect, you'll get back in the game, you'll be able to manage your time better, and then you remind yourself, bakit ba ako kumakapit sa volunteer work na to kahit sobrang hirap? Kasi nga, may malinaw na vision, may malinaw na problema na kailangang solve. So, yun.
Alright. Thank you, Arthur. Sarah, how about you? What demotivates you in volunteering?
Okay, narinig niyo ako? Sorry, nalobat ako.
Yes,
I
yes.
hear you.
Ako, actually, same kami ni Arthur. Nagulat ako doon. So, sa org talaga, one of the main challenges, yung resources, finances. So, though short lang yung term ko sa youth force, pero I know yung challenge na kulang kayo sa budget, ganyan. Kasi, ano siya important talaga siya to conduct activity. So, ang hirap kumilos pag wala kayong budget. Personally, nakaka-demotivate sa akin, or based from my experience, same din, family problem. Feel ko na share ko to before kay Aya. Na nagkaroon ako, may time sa akin na parang gusto ko lang, kasi dalawang org ko yung NYBC at saka yung youth force. So parang that time, share ko kay Aya, kailangan ko bang mamili kung saan ako mag-focus o parang wala na lang at all muna, parang gusto ko magpahinga, ganyan. Kasi hindi dahil nababurnout ako sa org work, pero dahil affected ako dun sa personal problem ko, yung sa family ko that time. So, yun, nakaka-relate ako na it really affects you kahit gusto mong mag-volunteer, pero pag may something wrong sa'yo, kasi mahirap mag-share, di ba? Ang hirap mag-share ng love sa iba kung feel mo hindi ka love. Diba, ganun. So, yun yung yun yung feeling ko. Kaya sa mga volunteers, talaga I really encourage you guys na magpahinga tayo. Hindi, ano yun, advocate talaga ako ng pahinga at tulog. So, okay lang magpahinga, and pag okay na tayo, alagaan natin yung mental health natin, alagaan natin yung sarili natin, physically, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. Kasi doon natin magbibigay yung best natin sa mga tinutulungan natin.
Yes. Oo, totoo yan. Mag-testify lang ako. Nakilala ko si Sarah, I think 10 p.m. yung sleeping time niya. Or midnight. You cannot bother beyond your sleeping time. Yeah, that's some good boundaries also. Rans, let's go to you. What demotivates you?
Ako kasi, para lang mabigyan ng context, when nasa org ako, or doing something, medyo mahirap kasi yung ma-demotivate. Pero I'll share a story before. When I'm handling the youth in Laguna, may time na magpapamiting ako, tas 3 lang kami. Attend kami ng event, yung area namin, 2 lang kami, or 1 lang ako, ganan. Tapos, sa buong youth ng Laguna, lagi kaming yung pinakamababa yung delegation, ganan. Tapos tinatanong na ako ng mga tao kung ba't ginagawa mo pa yan, ba't pumupunta ka pa sa iba't ibang lugar, etc. That time, I questioned myself kung tama bang nandun pa ako, tama bang youth leader pa ako, tama bang ginagawa ko pa to, ganun. Kasi sabi nga ni Sarah, pag ikaw na yung nagbibigay ng sariling pamasahe mo, ganun, parang sayang naman yung pamasahe ko. Tapos 2 lang kami dun sa meeting, yung expectation natin, madami, mga ganun. Tapos may mga ibang tao na yung inaasahan mong magsusupport sa'yo, tas wala. Yun yung, feeling ko yun yung nakaka-demotivate sa akin. But eventually, I'll go back dun sa bakit ko siya ginagawa Tapos tumatatak lang sa akin yung isang sinasabi lagi ng sa kaibigan namin na pag may ginagawa ka, magmahal ka lang, tapos magmahal ka lang ulit. Parang gano'n. Gano'n lagi. Kasi yun yung root kung ba't mo siya ginagawa, yung pagmamahal. So, gawin mo lang siya kasi mahal mo siya kahit gano'n. Tapos ngayon, bago lang pumunta kay Iten. Ngayon, yung naiwan kong area sa Laguna, sila yung most vibrant na area sa Laguna, gano'n. Sabi ko, na-demotivate ako that time, pero hindi man ako yung leader nila ngayon. Nakita ko silang sobrang laki, sobrang active, ganun. Tapos nakikita ko na sila sa iba't ibang lugar. Demotivation keeps you grounded for me para hindi ka masyadong lumaki yung ulo mo, etc. Ganun. Pero yun yung nagda-drive sa'yo on doing something even more or exerting more effort on doing this volunteer work.
Kristen?
Hello? Hello? Yan. Siguro sa akin, dalawang factors kung bakit ako nade-demotivate. But as a leader, yon ever since nung elementary, bihira ako mapagod when it comes to org work kasi gustong-gusto ko talaga siyang ginagawa. Like, pinag-aawayan namin siya lagi ng magulang ko na sana nag-org ka na lang, sana dyan ka na lang namin in-enroll, bakit ka pa nag-aaral ng BS Bio, nag-org ka lang naman, mga ganon. So, sa akin talaga, bihira talaga ako mapagod. Kasi, yun nga, joining organizations, katulad ng sinabi kanina ni Kuya Jules, it brings a different sense of belongingness. So, parang kapag nakakita ka ng mga taong around you na ganun yung, na same yung vision, tapos you have the same purpose in life, parang mas nakaka-motivate lalo kaysa doon sa original na dahilan kung bakit ka pumapasok na school, which is yung nag-aaral ka. So, for me personally, first factor kung ba't ako possibly ma-demotivate is yun, personal. Kasi when something parang crucial happens sa life mo, especially when it involves people, o si Jody daw, BS org. Yeah. When it involves people na close to you, like yung mga taong mahal mo, especially your family, isa sila kasi sa makukuhanan mo ng reason kung bakit mo kailangan gawin yung mga dapat mong gawin. So, when something happens to them, ganon, nakaka-disorient siya. Actually, hindi demotivate yung word. Nakaka-disorient siya. So, parang you learn to choose your priorities, kung ano ba dapat yung kailangan mo unahin. Katulad ng sinabi ni Kuya Arthur na magsasabayan. There are times na super crucial, kailangan ka ng org. Pero at the same time, super crucial din yung moment na you need to be with your family at that moment. Yun. And yung second factor siguro is, I may be demotivated if I can see that the initiative, movement, or organization is losing its purpose or yung clear vision niya. Kung hindi ko na nakikita na hindi na nagmamatch yung principles ko and yung reason ko kung bakit ako nag-join initially dun sa org or dun sa movement, it demotivates me to deliver the quality output na kailangan kong ma-deliver dun sa organization. Yan.
So, yeah.
Alright. Yes.
What demotivates you?
Incompetence. Joke lang. Hindi.
Real talk.
No, not just like incompetence of like the people around me. I'm not that naman. Incompetence ko sa sarili ko rin for my own standards. Kasi I started to look into the root cause kung ba't ako na-demotivate, and really it's just doubt. Yung doubt ko sa sarili ko that I can surpass and that I can address the challenges. Whatever goes on around me, I think I have the responsibility and the accountability to do something about it and to make things right, to make things happen whenever I'm part of the team. And I feel that kagaya nga nasabi ko, nasa-stress ako kapag walang sumasagot dun sa person na may kailangan, or nasa-stress ako kapag walang response or walang nangyayari. So I feel like I need to do something about it. And what demotivates me is like may personal doubt sa sarili kong skills at doubt ko na kung kaya ko bang i-hold together yung team na meron ako. Kasi if I lose the team and it's just myself, nandun mas lalo bumibigat yung doubt na yun. So, yeah, it's just really, to me, it's teamwork that motivates me, and it demotivates me when I doubt the team that I have. So, that's how I kind of navigate the challenges that I have when it comes to volunteering, among other things. Pero, siguro, Jules, kailangan din talaga natin is-stress yung lahat ng sinabi nila Sarah, nila Arthur, Rance, and Kirsten, that really, we have different circumstances and our volunteers have different circumstances. And when you say volunteers, they are choosing what to put on the table because that's their limit and that's what they can afford to give.
Right.
And we have to be grateful for that. And we have to acknowledge the limits that they have also. And some people have lack of resources. Some can just give their attention, maybe their time, their simple likes and shares on Facebook, if that's how they can support the cause or the campaign or the movement. We're grateful for it. They're part of the movement already. So ayun, kailangan lahat ng mga volunteers may ganong appreciation and acknowledgement of everything that people put on the table.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, Aya. Kasi ako personally, di ba, I try to be very transparent to you guys, lalo na dun sa closest ko sa organization. I had several tendencies before na kung ano yung standards na nilalagay ko sa sarili ko, yun din yung sinusubukan kong ilagay sa standards ng iba. Pero it's not right. Kasi kaya na sinabi mo, Aya, iba-iba yung pinanggagalingan nila, iba-iba yung motivations natin. So baka ma-burn out yung ibang tao, baka hindi pala same level kayo ng pinanggagalingan. So, as much as possible, iwasan natin na i-impose yung standard na sinusundan mo sa standard ng iba. Pwede may standard your organization, pero yung personal standard mo, as much as possible, don't impose it. I think kasi yung word na demotivation, Aya, it's only temporary. Gets mo yun? Kasi parang may certain factors lang na nag-influence at certain point of time only. It's not permanent. So, depende talaga yun dun sa mga issues na umiikot. Base sa sinabi niyong lahat, umikot lahat yung issues from the personal. And then there is internal and external sa organization. Di ba? Sa personal, may times na deserve ko ba na nandito ako sa posisyon na to? Parang maniniwala ba yung mga teammates ko sa akin na ako yung leader nila? Lalo na kapag bago lang yung pasok ninyo. Kasi you have your family problems also, which is a very huge pull usually. Ako yun yung aminado ako to na kapag may family problem dito sa bahay, talagang nagsi-space out ako. Alam nila, Arthur at Bayan, bahala kayo dyan. Hindi ako pupunta dyan. Kahit na nandito lang sa bahay, sa hatch yung event, hindi talaga ako lalabas kasi hindi ko kahit humarap sa tao kung alam kong deep inside. Kasi imagine nyo yun, di ba? Sobrang frustrating na you're trying to parang manage your organization na gusto mo siyang maging maayos pero yung family mo minsan hindi siya ganun ka at a certain point, di ba? And you have a perfect na family. It all happens to us. So, yun yung mga times na parang mamimili ka talaga. And it's fine, di ba? Kaya mahalaga yung communication. Kailangan mo isabihin sa mga kasama mo na may problema ako ngayon, hindi ko kaya na humarap sa mga tao. Kasi internal sa organization, of course, money. Yan yung pinakamahirap sa lahat. Kasi kahit na puro vision tayo, puro plano tayo, wala rin naman pera, paano natin sa ma-implement? Buti na lang, meron tayong partnerships also known as kapal ng mukha. Okay? Kaya natin mag-network sa mga ibang tao at fortunately, may mga naniniwala naman sa atin. Externally, hindi siya necessary, pero meron laging mga nasasabi ibang mga tao, biglang may makakarating sa'yo na sinabi niya ganito from this organization. It's unnecessary stress. It's unnecessary competition.
Familiar, char.
Ano siya, parang, yun unnecessary stress siya kasi you're just supposed to focus on what you're doing. We're supposed to be united in this one. Bakit kailangan na may mga ganitong sinasabi-sabi? But yung motivation nito kasi pangit yung pamamalakad din ganito kaya gumawa siya ng ibang initiative. Gets mo yun? Parang nakaka-dishearten siya. Pero at the same time, napaisip din ako na baka pwedeng it reflects of what you have been doing. Diba? Kasi pwedeng nakaka-bad trip siya. Pero mapapaisip ka rin na baka kailangan ko rin ayusin yun from my end. Kasi yun nga hindi mo naman mapipilit kung ano yung nararamdaman ng ibang tao. Diba? Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin mali yung nararamdaman nila. Kasi yung iniisip nila, pwede mong sabihin mali. Pero yung nararamdaman nila, never yung magkakamali. So, mapapaisip ka rin minsan.
Yes, hindi natin mapipilit yung mga tao sa kung anong nararamdaman nila. And masaya lang ako na marami sa atin dito ang masaya at maraming nararamdamang nakakatuwa. Salamat po sa mga nag-shout out at nagko-comment sa atin. Commenting live. Ayan, thank you.
Pwede ba basahin yung mga sample comments?
Christine and Catherine, ganda naman yung sinabi nung Raz. Yan yung mga nakaka-motivate.
May nanalo na po.
Sana
Bawal
all.
ba sa'yo rito?
Sana all. Pero sige guys,
Sana
ako
all.
na lang muna magbibigay sa inyo ng words of affirmation. Ang ganda ng mga sinabi nyo, Arthur, Sarah, and Kirsten.
Thank you, Eya.
tayo na lang.
Okay yun.
Tayo na lang mag-motivate.
Tayo na lang.
Christine, pa-shoutout naman, oh.
Pero motivate rin kayo.
Yes. Ang saya tonight kasi meron tayong resident volunteer consultant and analyst with the name of Jules Guiang, analyzing and synthesizing everything. But before we wrap up, maybe we can share naman lastly the best practices that we see in the volunteer sector. Before that, I would like to acknowledge what Jules said. Nakakalungkot kapag sa volunteer sector na ito ay may mga organizations pa or tao or individuals who have negative things to say about the other or any other challenges caused by people or individuals. But it's really part of life, different views and different principles and different ways of doing things. But maybe we can share from your own volunteer organizations, work and initiatives. Ano yung mga nakikita niyong best practices na, or siguro sa mga nakapartner niyo in the past, ano yung mga best practices that you think the volunteer organizations can adapt? Let's start with Jolas. Let's start with Arthur.
Formerly, I served as the National Director for Internal Affairs ng 2030 Youth Force. And I think mahirap nang makahanap ng constant volunteers. During ilang taon ba tayo? 3 years. 3 years sa org. Parang nakailang palit tayo ng batch ng mga active volunteers. Merong parang itong year na to, ito yung mga active. The next year, ito yung active. And nagbabago-bago rin kasi yung mga commitments nila, yung priorities nila. And aside from, sabi ko nga, we should have a clear vision and a clear problem to solve. Siguro, I think one of the most important practices na dapat talaga meron is you make the members feel appreciated. You make them feel needed and awarded, recognized. It's a basic tenet of volunteerism to not ask anything in return. But sa oras kasi ngayon, especially now in times of pandemic, what are the things that will make me risk my time and myself to do this volunteer work? That's one part. And the other part is, kung ikaw yung nagda-drive ng org, what can I give to my volunteers? Hindi naman ito parang requirement dapat ng isang volunteer na gusto ko may matatanggap akong pera or ano. But I think dapat yung org may something na naibibigay na tangible sa mga volunteers so that they would find themselves as part talaga ng organization, na tipong na-recognize ako na ito pala yung mga nagawa ko and I feel na belong talaga ako sa grupo na to. And part yun, 'di ba, ng hierarchy of ano nga yun, kay Maslow, di ba? Yung sense of belongingness. So when an organization does that to a person, you essentially fulfill a level of a person's life, di ba? So yun, important na maramdaman nila yung sense of belongingness sa organization.
Yes. And I will attest to that. Bilang nakatrabaho ko si Arthur for over 3 years. Magaling si Arthur to make you feel appreciated, needed, rewarded, and to make you feel like bilang internal affairs for 3 years.
Mukhang sa'yo lang yun, Eya.
Maraming members sa organization ang nakaka-appreciate kay Arthur for that. So, isa siya sa pinakamagagaling na internal affairs director ng organization. Bilang siya pa lang naman so far. Saka si dalawa sila. Alright. So, So let's go to Sarah.
Okay, I agree with Arthur. Actually, naisip ko din dyan, best practices sa economics kasi merong, may nabasa akong book na people respond based sa incentives na nakukuha nila. So, and mas effective actually guys, yung hindi monetary. Kasi when you give money, mas naano nila na alam mo yon na nakikita na ito lang yung worth ko. So, yung tip ko is when you give yan, yung sinasabi ni Arthur na kunyari, reward, ganyan, tokens, wag monetary kasi doon mas may value yung hindi pera Yan. Tapos ano pa ba? Best practices siguro as an org, syempre 'di ba may mga skills tulad na mention ni Jules kanina. We're here to develop our skills, 'di ba? Kasi may mga career tayo. Siguro yung pag-screen, let's say right now, 'di ba, Youth Force is looking for new ambassadors and new coordinators, 'di ba? Siguro yung pagsasala kung ano yung appropriate skill, kung ano yung position na mas appropriate dun sa tao yun, based on sa skills na meron sila. So, siguro mas dapat tutukan natin 'yon. Ano pa? Ayun, best practices feeling ko kaya ako nag-enjoy sa Youth Force kasi siguro same tayo ng ano ba? Paibleng na. Maganda na hindi lang tayo puro work. I mean, may time tayo hang out, food trip outside, or, di ba, may bonding after the activity. So, at least you get to know yung nakakatrabaho. Maganda rin kasi yung may alam kang personal dun sa taong katrabaho mo para mas okay kayong mag-work. Ayun. So, yun na naisip kong best practices. So,
Thank you, Sarah. Rans.
Ako few points yung best practices and learning siguro. The org has a clear vision because having a clear vision greatly helps Yung may pinatutunguhan at may parang may inaay na gawin yung isang org or inaay na mangyari. Kasi yun yung magiging resolve ng lahat ng tao within the organization. Another would be yung one best practice would be, sabi nga ni Sarah na hindi lang puro function yung ginagawa ng isang organization or ng mga tao sa organization. Having relationships, friendships within the organization helps. Yung magiging breather mo din yung org mismo na nakaka-build kayo ng friendship outside the organization. Kasi sabi nga namin isang SDG Online Tambayan episode, ang mostly babalikan mo after few years of doing organization or volunteer work is not the events Yung mga after events na inuman, na kwentuhan, mga ganun. Yun yung tumatatak.
May ganun ba?
Yun yung tumatatak natin.
Ang dami.
Ngayon wala Diba? Ang dami natin ng dati, di ba? Pero yun. Lastly, last two. When we empower everyone, one best practice is when we empower everyone. When hindi ikaw lang yung nakikita. Hindi lang ikaw, when we do speaking engagements, hindi lang ikaw yung speaking engagements na natatap. Because when we empower everyone, we create leaders pa. Hindi na sa-stuck sa'yo yung knowledge, hindi na sa-stuck sa'yo yung learnings, and kahit mga simpleng, ikaw naman yung mag-picture, ikaw naman yung mag-document, ikaw naman yung gumawa ng caption, ikaw naman yung gumawa ng board, yung mga simpleng pag-tap sa mga tao, empowers everyone na, na-appreciate ako ni Kuya, na-appreciate ako ni Ate, mga ganun. And lastly, the biggest investment of an organization kasi is the people. Lagi ko sinasabi na when I go to different places in the Philippines, posibleng hindi na ako mag-hotel kasi may mga kilala akong pwedeng tulugan, may mga kilala akong pwedeng
network.
mag-drive, gano'n. Kasi di ba, yun yung biggest investment mo in doing volunteer work, the people you interact with, the people you work with, the biggest investment when we do volunteer work is yung may babalikan ka. Pag may pupuntahan ng ibang lugar, may makikilala ka. Kasi nakasama mo na siya. And that's one of the best practices on having an organization or being with the organization, not just yung learnings, but your relationship with people. That's yeah.
Thank you, Rans. Ang daming words of wisdom doon, guys. Ang sarap gawa ng quote card. Next, Kristen.
Ayun. So, alam nyo, sa totoo lang, hindi ko alam kung curse ba or blessing na same kami ng footing ni Kuya Arthur dito. Pero pag you're the one dealing with volunteers talaga, with members, alam mo kung saan sila humuhugot nung purpose and nung reason nila kung bakit sila nag-volunteer. So for me, best practices na we could share is yun, 2 A's. O, diba? Nakapag-isip ako. 2 A siya. Yung first A, acknowledgement. So yung acknowledgement is, you want to make sure that yung volunteers mo or the people you work with is being seen or they're being heard. Kasi mahalaga na nakikita mo sila and lahat ng mga efforts na ginagawa nila for the organization. Kahit simpleng, for example, Rans, pwede bang paludan mo naman ako kasi need ko mag-GM sa partners. Yung mga simple tasks na nagagawa nila na may malaking impact talaga sa organization, and you're acknowledging what they've done, malaking boost na yun sa confidence nila. It's like your small token of appreciation, pero you're appreciating them through emotional and mental ways. Tapos, another one would be yung appreciation. Yun yung next A. So, acknowledgement and appreciation. Well, in agreement naman tayong lahat na kapag na-appreciate mo talaga, nagpakita ka ng appreciation sa members mo, may it be through tangible rewards or tokens, or just by merely saying that you've done a good job, or if it weren't for you, then baka hindi na namin natuloy yung ganitong event. Yung mga ganong kinds of appreciation kasi, it goes a long, long way. Especially for those na first-timers sila dito sa ganitong sector. Kasi yung mga ganong motivational works or motivational schemes, nakakapag-invite yun lalo ng engagement sa members natin. Especially when they know that the leaders who are working behind the organization knows how to appreciate and make their nakikita nila yung efforts ng mga volunteers nila. Tapos, naalala ko kasi to before, dun sa leadership training seminar namin sa National Core, may sinabi si Ate Aya dun sa session namin na hindi mo kailangan ma-experience yung nararanasan ng tao for you to understand kung saan siya nanggagaling or kung ano yung situation niya. The only way for you to show talaga that you're listening to that person or that you can hear that person out yung mga personal issues niya, social issues niya, or maybe yung issues niya sa heart, ganon, love life, or whatsoever. Mahalaga na pinapakinggan mo talaga yung tao. Kasi even if hindi ka nagbibigay ng advice, kung nakikinig ka lang talaga intently at ina-absorb mo yung sinasabi ng tao, iba talaga nagagawa nun. So I think good practice siya for every volunteer na makakasama natin. That's all.
Yeah, thank you guys for sharing some of the best practices. At magandang reminder yun, even sa akin, with an organization. Jules, are you there? Yes, you're moving. Okay.
Well,
Alright. Yes,
yeah, yung sinabi ninyo, gusto ko yung sinabi ni Rans, yung biggest investment sa tao. Kasi ang volunteers naman talaga, especially in any organization, yan yung life and blood ng organization eh. Kung wala ka ng mga members, 'di ba, pag umalis na lahat yan, deads na rin yung organization mo. So, 'di ba, kaya pinapaingay lagi natin yung recruitment kasi gusto natin maka-recruit ng mga advocates na same ideals natin, na pwedeng maging leaders din eventually. So dapat, it goes without saying sa any organization, dapat ganyan lagi yung pinatutunguhan. Pero kung meron mang isang best practice or best activity siguro na nakita ko sa Impact Hub, natutunan ko to kila friends natin from Malaysia, si Ihon Chan, tsaka si si Ces Rondario from Impact Hub Manila naman. Meron silang ginagawang activity yung fuck up nights. Narinig yun na yung parang the idea is i-share mo, babahagi mo sa audience yung fuck up moments mo. Okay? So hindi yun yung time para sabihin mo kung paano ka nakabangon. Basically sasabihin mo yung failures mo, paano ka sumubsob sa pinakarurok. Ganon. Okay? Explain mo kung paano ka talaga sumubsob. So, the beauty in it kasi, parang nakikita natin na kahit gaano ka kung paano nag-subscribe yung mga tao ng Excel sa kanilang mga ginagawa. Merong human side itong tao na to na meron siyang mga failures sa pinagdadaanan. It humanizes everyone eh. In a society, in an industry, in a sector like voluntary sector management na gusto natin na meron tayong mapatunayan lagi para meron tayong contribution sa sector. Na-humanize kasi yung tao na meron din pala silang mga sariling pinagdadaanan. So, it's a very beautiful activity kasi nagigets may pinanggagalingan. Parang it triggers empathy from people. Kasi 'di ba kapag routinary na yung ginagawa natin, nawawala na yung pag-empathize natin sa mga tao. And I think that's really lacking in our society right now. So we really need to practice ways to trigger the empathy of people para mas maintindihan natin bawat isa. Kasi kung hindi natin naintindihan yung bawat isa, magbibigay ka lang ng instruction without realizing na hindi may pinagdadaanan pala yung tao, hindi niya ma-execute ng maayos yung instructions na yun. Ayun.
Okay. Thank you, Jules, for that. And I think, yan talaga, may acknowledgement na hindi na lahat tayo may kanya-kanyang stories. And sometimes, kahit gano'ng kagaling ng person or ng organization, maraming mga stories behind the success of every person and every organization and every project. And parang magandang gumawa ng ganyan among the volunteers, ang kanilang mga share of failures and success and how they triumph through those challenges. Thank you guys for sharing your experiences, and thank you for sharing your time and your resources and your energy and your feelings and your love sa volunteer sector. And hats off and credits na rin natin sa mga founding members ng 2013 Youth Force Asia Pacific for starting the organization. Before we go, I would like to give the floor to Sarah. I think you have a volunteer opportunity or maybe an initiative where people can share something.
Sorry. Short
Oh my God! Oh my God! Bakit ganun?
12 midnight na.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Bakit tayo nagle-live show?
12:18.
Alas 12. Alas 12 na talaga.
Bumalik tayo sa
Hindi po kami.
isipin ko hindi nangyari yun. Sarah, hindi pa naman mag-edit yung episode kasi uploaded to directly. So, balikan natin si Sarah on, ano yung question ko? Yes.
Hi guys! Mag-invite na ba ako? Sige. I would like to invite you to join us in first ever virtual run ng World Vision. It's called World Vision Virtual Run for Children. So, start na ng Reg actually until June 15, but I think we will extend until June 30. So, pwede pa flash may poster para ano.
Sige, at least mo lang ha.
Baka ma-flash mo, Jules, ha? Yung poster. So, virtual run is you will have to sign up for a certain distance. So we have 21K, 50K, 100K, and 200K. And then you have 6 weeks from June 15 to July 31 to complete that distance. So accumulated siya, guys. Hindi nyo kailangan siya tapusin in one run. Yun yung maganda. And you can do it whether indoors or outdoors, alone or with friends. So, pwede kayong tumakbo, pwede kayong maglahad. So, run walk lang tayo, ganyan. So, if you want to join, please go to takbo.ph/VR/World Vision Run 2020. And upon completion, you can get a medal and a finisher shirt. And free delivery siya within the Philippines. So, proceeds of this run will go to the health and nutrition programs and education programs of World Vision. Thank you.
Sorry, hindi ko na nakita.
So please like our page na lang. We have a page, World Vision Run.
Okay.
World Vision Run. Ayan, ang galing nakaka-inspire mag-fitness goals kapag yung initiative for a cause. Thank you, Sarah. And let's go to Kristen. Learn already or Run could share the call for SDG ambassadors and regional coordinators. Maybe one of you could plug it, and maybe Jules can share the material on screen.
Okay. So yun, hello guys. We would want to invite you to submit your applications to become one of the 17 Global Goals Ambassadors of the 2030 Youth Force in the Philippines. On the screen, if a flash yung link, but if you guys can take down notes, it's bit.ly/SDGAmbaApps2020. Yan. And then you could also visit our page, facebook.com/youthforceph, wherein you can also find the different qualifications that we ought to find in our future Global Goals ambassadors. Yeah. So we're looking for a Global Goal ambassadors for SDGs 1, 5, 1, 2, 8, 11, 13, 12, 14, and 16. Yes.
May regional
And
din,
then,
diba?
yes. And then for the regional coordinators naman, if you guys want to activate or mobilize your regions, we have 17 regions in the Philippines, and we are currently finding to complete our roster for the remaining 7 regions dito sa country natin. Then, we're looking for coordinators rather for regions 1, 3, 4B, 7, 9, in Davao, and also in Socsargen. You could also visit the same page, fb.com/youthforceph, to check out the form and the application essay that you have to submit. Yeah.
Thank you, Kristen. Jules?
Yeah. So thank you guys. Arthur, may ipa-plug ka ba? Ran?
Wala.
Sa Friday daw.
Wait. Ano meron? May...
SDG Online Tambayan.
SDG
Okay,
Tambayan.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You can watch SDG Online Tambayan every Thursday.
Tomorrow is the
post of
Independence
2030
Day,
Youth
no?
Force.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tomorrow,
Friday,
Independence
Friday.
Day, Friday.
Friday.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Arthur, Sarah, Rans, and Kristen for joining us tonight. Maraming salamat, and we hope to spend more time and years with you guys.
Good night,
Bye.
guys.
Thank
See
you.
you on Friday.
Thank you
Bye.
so much.
See you on Friday.
Good night. See you on Friday.
Yes.
Oh.
All right,
Okay.
Jules.
Ay, may pa-plug lang pala ako muna before we proceed there. Okay, so since nabanggit mo ang Independence Day, merong magaganap na, yes, this one. So, Youth for Peace on Philippine Independence Day. This will be aired live on the UN Youth Advisory Board of the Philippines page. So, maganda yung panel. We can discuss. We can share it on the page actually. So, maraming panelists dito. Pag-uusapan natin kung kamusta ba yung lagay ng kapayapaan sa Pilipinas on this online forum. So, I will be one of the moderators together with Reg. Part din siya ng UNYAB.
Reg
Okay.
Borja.
Yes.
All
Okay.
right. Is this live? Is this going to be live on June 12?
Right, yes. Live siya.
All right. Okay, so guys, before we go, I would like to share something that you can do. Anong ambag natin? Pwede po tayong mag-ambag sa kubo or ang kusina ng bayan sa oras ng pangangailangan. This is an initiative of Asia Society for Social Improvement and Sustainable Transformation Incorporated. And as you can see on your screen, the goal is to raise 750,000 pesos to build community kitchens for the first 500 families in hunger and poverty-stricken areas in Manila. And if you are interested to contribute to this fundraising initiative, you can go to, all right, so here's the bank information. Sorry, okay. The account, I don't want to recite the account number, but you can
Third
check
flashes,
out their website. Yes, and you can also check their website, globalgiving.org/projects/assist community kitchens. And makita nyo po yan on your screen. Ayan, so this is a fundraising initiative. Again, if you can search assist online and look for Kusina ng Bayan sa Oras ng Pangangailangan, we hope you can contribute. And this is their account details on your screen. So that's for the Asia Society for Social Improvement and Sustainable Transformation on their project of building community kitchens. Thank you so much. That is in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, because some families are really having a hard time dealing with this health crisis that has become a social crisis in general. And that's it for our Ambag session for tonight. Jules,
Yeah,
let's...
ang fun nung and chill nung discussion natin tonight. So thank you again to our friends from Youth Force. And yeah, so on Friday, it's a very interesting day. Of course, it's Independence Day. And we will be having our guest from the Department of Finance, Assistant Secretary Tony Lambino. And we will talk about the new economy. Kasi diba may new normal, ano naman itong new economy natin. And of course, we will try to align it with our Philippine Independence Day.
Yes, thank you. So kita-kita ulit tayo dito sa daldalang walang curfew.
Usapang di nalalockdown, ito po ang
QuaranTALK.
live po tayo sa Facebook and Twitter na rin. Susubukan namin mag-YouTube na rin on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays hanggat merong quarantine.
Or I don't know, maybe beyond. But
Yeah.
yes, follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/QuaranTALK online.
Yes, let's continue the discussion online. We can talk on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram at Jules Guiang.
Yes, and connect with me on Twitter at Aya_Antonio, on Instagram at Aya Antonio. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Volunteer. Bye. Good night. Have a good week.